program was both inspiring and heartbreaking. It moved me to be a part of an organization, to be a part of a movement that's doing this type of work. It's helpful to be reminded that I'm a part of something so much bigger and so much that is so important in the world right now. And also I'm carrying forward a tradition that's been a part of Islam, that's been a part of religion and faith for the entirety of the human history, but especially for the history of Islam. There have always been people like us, and bringing a light to this part of Islam is really important to me, because we always have to combat these other negative images, particularly here in the West, these negative images about what Islam is and what Islam isn't. And then broadly in the world, we have to combat the image of what a good Muslim woman is and what a good Muslim woman isn't. And so it's very helpful to be with the choir and sing with the choir and be a part of the party that are not only aspiring to these different expressions of Islam, but we're making the tracks in the world to do it. Like we're walking our walk. We're not just talking the talk. And so it's both inspiring and it's heartbreaking that we still have to come up against not only negative images of Islam, but negative activities within Islam.
This program gave me some information I didn't have before, but it also reinforced a lot of the history that I know, not necessarily having to with a specific orthodoxy, but with relation to any orthodoxy. I know a lot about how faiths in general have their own power structures. They have their own impulses to overtake people's minds and their lives, and that the issue of being independent, having independent thinking, having independent thought, independent action, and also having brotherhood and sisterhood with all of the other people on the earth is a major idea, but it's frequently in contact with, in confrontation with people who have a particular orthodoxy. It doesn't matter which orthodoxy it is. It could be the orthodoxy of Judaism, the orthodoxy of Christianity, the orthodoxy of almost anything which is carried to an extreme, which becomes something like mind control.
We didn't really know about some of the amazing activists around in the Muslim world that maybe face their fates before we know about them. And I'm so glad that we were able to celebrate them today, celebrate their lives, celebrate their accomplishments, celebrate their real jihad, the jihad for freedom and human rights. Jihad is not chopping heads for a bad purpose. Jihad actually is fighting for justices, fighting for human rights, fighting for the most vulnerable among us, and that's what Islam about. That is what my Islam about, not the Saudi Arabia version of Islam.
An event like this to celebrate, to honor people who are in difficulties, like human rights defenders, like women defenders, people who are suffering in jail, who are tortured. This is very important because this is the way we can express our solidarity as Muslims with everybody in the world.